Today's motion is that online learning is a nightmare. As the first speaker, I will demonstrate that online learning means ineffective, problematic academic work. Our second speaker, Sharon, will show you the very specific problems that arise in Hong Kong local schools with relation to online learning, how online learning cannot, at this time at history, fulfill the mandate set forth by the government. Our third speaker, Natalie, will sum up the case and dispel any doubts. Today's motion will certainly stand. Our definition of online learning is any form of remote learning where internet is required, meaning online platforms such as Teams or G Suite. Our definition of academic work is that work which leads towards a good result in a 2021 DSE. Our team line is that it is dreadful for teachers and students in Hong Kong local schools to be forced to perform academic work using online platforms in 2020. It suppresses students' motivation. It disadvantages those who are SEN or living in small villages. And it introduces new health problems. An online learning tsunami will have the negative effects on academic results for years to come. It has blasted a crater in our development. As a student in Form 6, which had to prepare for the DSE, I would like to convey to you the long periods of frustration, panic, and even depression that have descended upon us. When the pandemic first closed down schools, we were slightly pleased with the situation. It felt like a public holiday. However, we were faced with the full magnitude of the horror as the situation progressed. A cloud descended over our class. It goes without saying that not all of us have equal access to technology and internet speed. Our school is in Yuen Long and is a quick trip to the northern border. No fewer than 36 of our students live in Shenzhen. We are also the closest Band school to Taimoshan and Nanchun. Most homes in these remote areas have no cable internet relying solely on Wi-Fi. Students who live in these remote areas are at a serious disadvantage, and some must find another place to study, such as Taiwan McDonald's. What choice do they have? And if you think our students have been left behind, consider the ones who live in Cat O and South Q1. Although a plan to subsidize and fast-track rural internet was highlighted by Carrie Lam in January 2017, the cables are still being laid. Currently, according to the Island District Council, there are 300 villages where the download speed is less than 10 Mbps. For those students who do have access, health problems ranging from eye problems to sleep issues to depression and increased anxiety are the first obvious drawbacks. Teachers have hoped the situation would blow over, but now they are nervous knowing full well the DSE is a written face-to-face examination. We have been painted into a corner and we are trapped with online learning. The class climate at our school is truly dreadful. Thank you.
Before I continue our case, I would like to dispel some of the myths disguised as assertion in our honorable opponent's case. Firstly, online learning is a dream for teachers and students who love work from home. Secondly, online learning is an interesting and fun way for students to learn. In fact, according to the survey conducted by Ningnan University, online learning is extremely destructive for over half of respondents. Now let's continue our team lines. That it is dreadful for students and teachers in Hong Kong local schools to be forced to perform academic work using online platform in 2020. We have seen firsthand how students cannot be motivated or even care about basic deadlines cut off from emotional life of school. Students are simply stopped attending classes even the computer terminal were on. Teachers felt as if their hands were tied. We also found that students who already struggling for paper and pencil aspect of DSE mock papers, and they even fell further behind to the point where we're not able to finish very much in time. As the summer and the new school years progressed, students tried and failed to use apps. Popular online seminars proved to be useless substitutes for the personal connection that one has with a trusted senior teachers in Hong Kong school. Not only that, it is important for us to learn to study only the specific Hong Kong curriculum, and we still cannot go outside the scope. Time is essence. We cannot just study everything on them. It is in this moment, in the year of 2020, there is no reason for us to believe that online learning is favorable. Face-to-face learning has its advantages. Surely, online learning is convenient and available for us to use, but it misses a kaleidoscope of knowledge and eliminates experiential studies. In a nutshell, I want to mention about the dreadful situation of SEN students during this time of remote online learning. If they come from a wealthy family, their parents may be able to afford to hire tutors, but most of families and teachers are left to tend themselves. Families cannot afford outside private service usually found at school. Using SEN targeted or social and emotional targeted learning apps like Epic, which recommended by the government, has proven to be a red herring. Dreadful. Thank you.
Our team has outlined that the case online learning is a nightmare. Right here in 2020, for students in local Hong Kong schools, our opponents have made some obvious positive statements about online learning. We do agree with them that online learning is undoubtedly our future, and we are headed in that direction. However, as far as 2020 is concerned, it has been dreadful for students and teachers in Hong Kong local school to be forced to perform academic work using online platform in 2020. Though support is only efficient in face-to-face lesson, but not in virtual learning. How does online learning really work for Hong Kong teachers heading with the SEN students? Our team has 3 main points about why online learning cannot work in Hong Kong right now. First, there simply isn't the internet connection to include all students, including in the village and outlying islands. This especially affects our school. Second, there simply isn't the technology to implement the IEPs of SEN students. Face-to-face connection is the only way to teach the SEN students. Third, the negative health impact of spending hours online is driving students into depression, not to mention ruining their eyesight. Being cut off from their emotional life of school is brutal for young people to endure. Although our opponent has upheld that the performance of platforms and apps available for online learning cater much better to diverse learning styles than many traditional face-to-face lessons. However, the reality is that there is no substitute for experiential learning. Our teachers are specialized in their subject areas and they are experienced. There is a best way to teach and learn the subject we need for the DSE 2021, and online learning was the only ever meant to be an extra and extension. It was never supposed to be the main way to learn, and we are finding that it is simply insufficient to the point of being a total nightmare where our academic work suffers, and our very future is at stake. It must stop now, and our motion must stand. Thank you.